In this lecture, we're going to talk about the spectrum. Now, the spectrum is a singular word. For the plural of the spectrum, we use spectra. Before studying spectrum, we have to know that what is medium. Medium is something that bends, breaks, splits, or decomposes incident ray. What is incident ray? The ray coming from straight from the source. For example, this is a source, sun. The ray that is coming straightly from that is called incident ray. Now medium just breaks. We can say that this is a medium. It breaks that, bends that. It can bend it. It can split it. Spectrum is basically a split of the incident ray. Decomposes, that means that it ends up. There are two types of medium. First is transparent medium. In transparent medium, light can easily pass, like oil drops, water, prism. We use prism to split the spectrum or to take the spectrum through the medium. This is a medium to make the spectrum. Next is opaque or translucent medium. Opaque means the medium which does not allow any type of light to pass. In translucent, some of the light is passed, but mostly does not pass clearly, like atom, molecule that not allow light to pass. Like this one. This is an example of transparent one, and this is an example of opaque. Here the light does not pass, and this is the example of translucent normal paper by which a light can easily pass. Now here we also have types of spectrum. First one is continuous spectrum. Continuous spectrum means there is no distance between the spectrometer result. It is in continuous motion, like wavelength does not break out, frequency is equal. Just like this one. It does not break. It only changes its frequency and color. Meanwhile, another type of spectrum describes that there is a discontinuous discrete line spectrum. The spectrophotometer when gives result like this, we're gonna say this is a discontinuous spectrum or discrete spectrum or simply a line spectrum. Just like this, a normal NaCl is breakdown and we got the line spectrum because its frequency breakouts, it has incident ray that is decomposed or something like bends or splits something. So we're gonna say these type of a spectrum discontinuous discrete line spectrum. Now there are some regions of a spectrum that are divided into three. These two can't be visible. We cannot see it by naked eye. And this region is visible, which we named as a rainbow. We normally used to say it rainbow, or the best example of this kind of spectrum is rainbow. Now these three regions are come from the incident ray of sun. As sun consists all the three regions, so we're gonna discuss these three regions with respect to sun. So in the central region that is visible, we have these colors that we termed it as rainbow. First is violet, second is indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. Now here the violet has more frequency. It moves very fast, while the red has less frequency. Its wavelength is long and it moves very slowly. That's why we can see a large amount of red as compared to the violet. Here the green is neutral. How it is neutral? Because violet, indigo and blue, these consist of the basic nature, while the yellow, orange and red consist of acidic nature. So when we add blue to yellow, this one to this one, we get green. So it becomes low characteristics of basic as well as low characteristics of acidic. So we can say that this is neutral, or pH is 7. Meanwhile, the region that is below the visible region is called IR region. IR region. Now it consists of 3 parts. Infrared rays, that's wavelength is 10 raised to power 5. As I said, less frequency, more wavelength, like travel slowly. Microwave have 10 raised to power 7. Radio frequency 10 raised to power 9. These are below the visible region. Above the visible region consists of cosmic rays. There is very less frequency. It travels very fast. Like it has frequency of 0.01 nanometer. Gamma rays, then X-rays, then UV. Now this region is called UV, ultraviolet. This region is called IR, infrared. Ultraviolet, ultra means at the extreme, and infrared, infrared means studied about more about the red region. Now we study about the elements like Na and Au. Elements like these are studied through spectrophotometer, and study of properties of element is done by spectrometry, in which we uses the spectrum to study the properties of the element through a spectrometer. Now how can we do that? Just suppose this is an atom of NaCl. Incident rays pass through it. Now when incident ray pass through it like sun rays or something, it is heated. Then it cross or travels, the ray emits, is transferred through prism, and there are 3 rays that comes out. Now these rays are taken as the line emission spectrum. How? Now we have 7 colors, 7 visible lights. So why there are only 4 lights or 4 rays? We're gonna say the rest rays are absorbed in this. So this is spectrum, or this calculation would be termed as absorption spectrum. When this atom cools down, it also radiates or emits rays. And there are 3 rays. So we're gonna say these are the emitted rays or emission spectrum. This is emission spectrum. And study of all this one is known as band spectrum, because when we are studying about molecules like NaCl, so it is consists of many electrons. So we have to make many spectrophotometer and consist all the results. So we're gonna say that as a band spectrum. Or we can say that the molecular spectra is known as band spectrum. Molecular spectra. This is all about today's lecture.